the Netherlands. Here comes Lee Chong-wei. I'm Jill Clark, and alongside me, as always, is former world #1 Morten Frost. And of course, for both these players, they've had a day's rest because they played their first round matches on Monday. Draw of 64 really sort of lends itself, or you can't play one round of all 5 disciplines on the first day with only 4 courts in action, so it's inevitable that some will have to play on the Monday and then a day's rest. A bit like tennis, isn't it, Morten?
It is, and it's a huge tournament, and it's always good to see so many players taking part in the World Championship and coming from so many different countries as well.
Yeah, it really is wonderful, isn't it, that they all come together this one event. So Lee Chong-wei, the #1 seed, the 3 times medalist at World Championships. The last 2 World Championships, a silver medal. Lost out on both occasions to Lin Dan of China, the same man that he lost out to in 2 consecutive Olympic Games. Lin Dan won the world title, of course, in Guangzhou, and not here to defend his title. Dieter Dormke, 27 years of age, born in Kostanaya in Kazakhstan, northern Kazakhstan, but represents Germany now. 1.98 m, so that's just under 6'6". Dormke, 43 in the world ranking. As we look at our court officials, but the German, what a magnificent win for him in the very first round, because he beat Kashyap Parupalli of India, who very recently won the gold medal at the Glasgow Commonwealth Games. This is the 3rd meeting between the 2 players. The last time they met was in the Sudirman Cup, the World Mixed Team Championships. 2 straight games then. First time they met, incidentally, was in the World Championships in Hyderabad, so 2009. That also 2 straight games. But for Dormke, his win against Kashyap Parupalli yesterday, had to save 3 game points in the opening game before winning it 26-24, 13-21, 21-18 in the decider, so an hour and 7 minutes. Lee Chong-wei, far more convincing in his match against Lee Dong-kyung from Korea. 21-11, 21-12, and we had the pleasure of watching that one, didn't we, Morten?
Yes, we did, and obviously it was hugely important to see his first match and see how he's getting off to a start in this World Championship. And obviously everybody expects him to win, and he's the big favourite. But will he win? That's what we all talking about, isn't it?
Well, it's what everybody wants to, it's the big story, isn't it, coming into these World Championships? Not only can this man finally win a gold medal, but with 18 medals in total for Malaysia from World Championships, but never a gold. Can Malaysia finally? And of course, finals day is Malaysia Independence Day, 31st.
Yeah, what a clash and what an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, he's openly stated as he left Malaysia to come to these World Championships, he'd love to win the gold medal on the 57th Malaysia Independence Day on Sunday.
And on my left, Lee Chong-wei, Malaysia. Dieter Dormke to serve, level, play.
So the German, very tall man nearest to us against the world #1. And do not underestimate the German at all. He's very awkward to play given his height, and he's a very good player. And he's in tremendous form coming into these World Championships. His last 2 tournaments, he's reached the final of both, winning one of them. One in Russia at the White Knights event, and was beaten finalist in Brazil. So a man in good form. In contrast, we don't really know what the form of Lee Chong-wei is, do we? Because he's had this thigh injury. Struggled to get back to full fitness in time for these World Championships.
Yeah, and I also think that you have to take into account when you look at the last time they played. Li Jianwei won 21-18, 21-18, but that's pretty close.
It's very close.
In the Thomas Cup, which also means a lot to Malaysia, and they got to the final, and Li Jianwei played a very, very good Thomas Cup campaign. So 18-18 is a good score.
And that's a delightful drop.
Service over. 1-3.
But for being 198 high, or what was this, close to 6'6", 6'6".
6'6", just under.
I think he moves really well on court. He's quick on his feet, and combined with obviously a fantastic reach and the physicality. He's a strong player.
Yeah.
And he hits well. He's awkward to play. He likes to attack. He's not easy. Nobody likes to play him.
No. Oh, it's a lovely disguised drop shot again. And just to emphasise your point, Morten, I remember the European Championships in Kazan earlier this year, when in the round of last 16 he played against the man who is the number 3 seed here in these World Championships, Jan Jorgensen, who went on to win the gold medal. But Dito Dormka was 15-7 up in the third.
Yeah.
And in fact had 3 match point opportunities at 2017. And somehow Jan Jorgensen came through to win that. But that's an indication of just how good he is, this tall German.
Yeah, I agree. Good statistics here.
Well, initially I was going to say, Morten, that it was a nice backhand from Dormka, that one there. But of course then he did leave himself the full diagonal of the court to cover.
But I think Jiang Wei is playing a good, clever game plan here. I don't know if you noticed, obviously it's still very early days, it's just 7-2, but he's been able to move Dormka very much forward. You know, these drop shots are very, very short, and the blocks and all that very short. We see him on occasions when he's hitting 100%, but the winners he's playing are the short, the sharp, the crisp, the short ones.
Yeah.
And that's where he wins, and he's done that really well. 8-2 up now already.
Yeah.
And that's another example.
Exactly.
It didn't work, obviously, as well as some of the others, but still, enough. But the fact that he's able to make the court as big as possible is making a huge difference.
Well, we've all posed the question after the injury worries and Li Chongwei having to pull out of the Commonwealth Games, whether he would be sharp and fit for these World Championships. Certainly the way he's started this match has answered a lot of doubters.
Yeah,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's first time Li Chongwei is not getting the racket to the shuttle. Completely wrong-footed here.
So an 8-point advantage to the #1 seed Lee Chong-wei at the mid-game interval. Subok, his coach. Is that Hendrawan?
Yes, Hendrawan from Indonesia.
Yeah.
The former world champion from Madrid, I think.
No, it was Seville, 2001.
Okay, but it was Spain. That's as much as I remembered.
Yeah.
He was a very, very good player, Hendrawan. And he secured the Thomas Cup for Indonesia on a number of occasions in that time.
11-3, play.
Oh, he was in good position. I suppose that goes down most definitely as an unforced error from Lee Chong-wei.
Good to see he is human after all.
Yes. Oh, good defence.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's where you really have to watch out now and again. And when you play a player like Lee Chong-wei, you play a good attacking shot. It's tempting what Domke is doing here, but Chong-wei is ready for the counter-attacking. You have to be very sharp to get these ones down. Well left.
46.
Good judgment. Well, he's mixed it up so well, hasn't he, Lee Chong-wei? You were mentioning earlier, Morten, about the angled shot he was using to win the rallies, the steepness and the little drop shots there, unleashing the big smash.
Yeah, it's just a very, very good variation. And obviously what I like a lot when I'm watching Chong-wei is that when he's playing attacking badminton, I think he's just so good.
Yeah.
And the thing for me is that he must continue doing that, even though sometimes, you know, he's up against good defence and all that. I still believe that the best way for him to play is still maintaining that attacking play, despite the fact that he's got to work a little bit harder to get them down now and again.
Service over, 7-16.
Well, given that he's now 31 years of age, in fact will turn 32 in a couple of months' time. perhaps the style of play that you want will necessitate perhaps slightly fewer tournaments throughout the year so that he can play that attacking style when he's in a tournament, a competition mode?
He has been a great ambassador, fantastic asset to badminton. And he has played so many tournaments, flying the flag for Malaysia for badminton in almost every single tournament he's supposed to play. And I can easily see him playing a little bit fewer tournaments, but he can maintain the pace and everything. He is still so quick. And if he can stay injury-free, that's always the case. Can he stay injury-free? I think he's got some good years in him left, and 2016 in Rio is definitely not out of reach.
Oh, definitely not. And I mean, you look at his record this year, 7 tournaments, 6 finals, winning 4 of them. You know, there's a very good reason why he's #1 in the world. And people, you know, there's this horrible thing in sport that certainly when you reach the big 3-0, age of 30, and everybody says you passed it. You know, he's playing great badminton. But whether he can continue to play as many tournaments each year as he has done in the past.
But he has supported so well, so he is allowed to not to.
Yeah, exactly. And not all players have supported the Super Series.
Not in the same way.
Not at all. I agree with you. I think he's been a great ambassador. Great asset to the sport, as you say, Morten.
Please welcome from England, Chris Langford.
And that's why on a sentimental level, so many people are saying, will Lee Chong-wei finally win gold at the World Championships?
He deserves it. But we don't really play with that, do we? But I think that's what everybody is thinking, not only the two of us, but the whole badminton community.
Yes.
Service over. 10, 19.
But you just never know what happens in sport, do you? Who would have thought that Manchester United would be beaten 4-0 by MK Dons?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't see the match, but I saw the score.
Yeah.
And there are definitely people in Manchester at the moment not feeling too well.
Well, people in Malaysia will be feeling very well if Lee Chong-wei can close out this opening game. And indeed, the match to book his place in the 3rd round. No, we can't jump ahead of ourselves.
Nope, we never do that, do we?
No.
Only me. We don't, I do. Sometimes I stick my neck out and predict and get most of them right, but not all of them.
That's landed in. And this time, Lee Chong-wei converts.
21-12.
21-12 confirms the umpire. Yeah, Dornke knew as soon as that landed that was going to be called good.
No need to use the challenge system.
No, not when you're so far down either. No. Their confirmation, 14 minutes for the opening game for Lee Chong-wei. Look, he's absolutely dwarfing the coach there, Zhu Yongwang.
What a word. That was a new one for me.
He's towering above them.
Dwarfing.
Well, he looks awfully calm at the moment, doesn't he, Lee Chong-wei? And I think we talked about his match yesterday, didn't we, Morten, and said, you know, it's so important for him to get off to a good start and just calm the nerves, having been out with injury. And the last tournament he played, he lost in the semi-final in the Indonesia Premier Super Series. And to me, he looks completely different today. He looks more confident and more at ease with himself.
The first match is
Court one,
always
20
difficult.
seconds. Court one,
You know,
20 seconds.
you can talk to anyone who played badminton on a high level. Win the first match, get into the tournament, everything is good.
Yeah.
I spoke to Jan Jorgensen here
Second
earlier
game.
this afternoon, and
Level.
he said, "Yeah, I got into this tournament well. I've got a few good matches here. I'm into it now. It's okay. I'm more relaxed. It was nice to have them.
Yeah.
He wasn't really pushed in the first 2 rounds, so let's see how it goes."
Please welcome the technical official.
Good backhand. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Cue. Love.
The umpires Henrik Boas, Denmark, service judge Patrick de Klerk, South Africa.
That was a good smash. Here comes the winner. Yep.
Love.
From Japan, please welcome Sasaki. And his opponent
It's difficult for such a tall athlete to defend the body smash.
Yeah, and he was out of position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nice.
Service over. 1, 3.
Oh, how quick was that?
Service over.
My goodness me.
1.
That was a very fine example of covering the net.
Yeah.
That's what I'm always asking my players to do. And that was a textbook one. Really quick.
It's gone wide.
5, 1. Service over. 2, 5.
Sixth time in total that Lee Chong-wei has been the #1 seed at World Championships. Oh, that's a good smash. We've been trying to find out, haven't we, Morten, the number of weeks in total that Lee Chong-wei has been world #1, and nobody seems to be able to tell us.
No, we can't really find it in the history books and in the system.
It's interesting because I'd love to compare it with
Yeah, with tennis.
tennis, golf. Total number of weeks.
Yeah, you can talk about weeks. Obviously, Lindan at some stages has overtaken him, I think, on...
Not on total number.
Not on total number.
No, Lee Chong-wei is definitely more.
Then it must be 6 years or something like that.
Building up to the London Olympic Games, Lindan overtook Lee Chong-wei as world #1. But
Yeah, that was 6 years ago.
yeah,
Service over. 6, 4.
It'd be a very interesting statistic. Mind you, there was a squash player, wasn't there? Jahangir Khan. He was about 7 years as well.
Pakistan.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to have to work that out, Morton.
Just going to the history books. If we can find it.
So smooth with his movement when he goes back in court, the Malaysian. Gets behind the shuttle. This is impressive, isn't it? You're sitting there with a smile on your face.
I am. Yeah.
I think it's the same whenever you watch anybody that's just so good at whatever they do. They make it look so easy, don't they? Whether it's sport or a musician.
I mean, he's so quick on his feet.
Oh, look at that. 7-point advantage at mid-game interval.
Growing in confidence for every shot he's playing.
Yeah.
And Domge hasn't really got what it takes today to add on the pressure on Lee Chong-wei, and I'm sure he's cursing his draw.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that as we said earlier, he's a good player, and anywhere else in the draw he could make some serious damage.
Yeah, this is 4th World Championships. 3 times he's lost in the first round. And this is the 2nd time that he's reached the 2nd round. The last time was last year in Guangzhou when he lost out to Nguyen Thien Minh, who went on to take a bronze medal, first ever bronze medal for Vietnam.
Yeah. So he's running into the people in form.
Mm. It's almost as if you can visibly see the belief and the will being drained from the German.
But I also think we see a Lee Chong-wei that really means business.
Oh, my goodness. Well, he even made contact with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you. I think we really see some clear signs here.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the body language. Almost saying to himself, what on earth have I got to do to win a rally?
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how he's going to win the points, and he's whacking his brain. He said, okay, what can I do? And it's very easy and simple to see, but it's very understandable.
Mm.
He's got a good, powerful smash. He doesn't get one down.
Yeah. point advantage now to Lee Chong-wei.
Will be signing autographs in the shopping zone in 10 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
He didn't get away with that.
No.
Tall man didn't fall for that one.
Almost a double action on the backhand here to...
Comes next.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sign of his confidence, I suppose, Lee Chong-wei, but...
It is. It's a good shot that it was just played from a too low position. Had it been a little bit higher, could have been more effective. Yeah, that's in.
7-15.
Yeah, pressure from the front of the court, and Domke just couldn't get the shuttle away.
Tell you a little story I've never told before.
Go on then.
I was, of course, in charge in Malaysia from 1997 till 2000, and Lee Chong-wei was into the junior program. And one day, my good friend, former world number one, former world champion Flemming Delfs, came to visit me in Kuala Lumpur, and I took him to BAM, the Badminton Association in Malaysia, and just looking at the setup and the training and all that. And it was just one afternoon, and he came and he pointed out, "Who's that guy? Who is he?"
Looking at Lee Chong-wei.
And then he was saying, I said, "Oh, that's Lee Chong-wei, and he will be good." That's quite funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he could spot it as well. Straight away, he saw it, he said, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah. It is amazing. And of course, just you said that Flemming Delfs, former world champion, of course, he won the first ever world championships in Malmo in '77. It's fascinating because people have asked me in the past, you know, what is it when you look at a youngster that you know they're going to be good? And I'm not sure that you can define it, but you can recognize it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see how many departments is working well, and if we say you've got to have 10 departments, have you got 8 good ones, 2 bad ones, or what does it look like? The whole package.
Yeah. Well. Oh, good flick serve. So match points have arrived. Just 30 minutes of play. Oh. Well, the luck of the net cords. Lee Chong-wei. Well, was it luck or was that practice skill? Certainly the way he finished it off with the final kill from the net, I can tell you that was practiced skill.
Match scored by Lee Chong-wei.
Umpire confirms the score 21-12, 21-9 as the match clock stops at just 31 minutes. Look at that. Just brushing across the feathers to control it and make sure he didn't fault as he was playing it.
Doing a good job of getting that one back.
Yeah. Oh, how casual.
Follow up.
Yeah, follow up. That's what you always say.
Yep.
Wonderful performance from Lee Chong-wei. Their confirmation, 21-12, 21-9. And he's through to the third round of the World Championships. So with the number one seed, world number one, Lee Chong-wei safely through to the third round. Two very good matches from him so far. We turn our attention next to women's singles, and it's the European champion and number 9 seed, Carolina Marin from Spain, up against Malaysia's T Jing-yi. Now, the women's singles draw, this is actually the bottom half of the draw, and you can see that the former world champion, Wang Yihan, the number 3 seed, of course, she was world champion in London in 2011. She's already beaten the European silver medalist, Anna-Tia Madsen of Denmark. So will she play in the third round? Either European champion Carolina Marin or T Jing-yi. We are about to find out.
On court number 1, women's singles. Please welcome from Malaysia, Yi. And her opponent.
So here comes T Jing-yi, 23-year-old from Penang. And here the left-handed Spaniard, 21 years of age, set the badminton world in Europe alight when she met her compatriots in the final of the European Junior Championships.